taskbars, toolbars, scroll bars, sidebars, gadgets. Hello everyone, Ricky here on my channel, and question, do you miss Windows Vista? Actually, I'll try that again. Do you miss Windows 7? If you want to answer that former question, you're more welcome to do so, but they both have some correlation to this video. Do you guys remember those gadgets used to have in Windows 7 and Windows Vista? They were kind of removed in Windows 8 because the sort of live tiles in Windows 8, they you know, in the start screen were kind of used to sort of replace them. Yeah, if you didn't actually know that, a little bit of trivia, that's where the start screen came from. That's why the gadgets were removed. They're also removed because of security reasons, but that doesn't stop us here at my old little place I call my zone. But but yes, for those of you who are probably asking the question, what is this video about? I have a little funny little program I want to share with you guys today that brings back the sidebar from Windows 7 and Windows Vista back in to Windows 8, 10 and 11. I'm going to take a look at this right now. We're on to my virtual machine from last time. This time, again, a little guinea pig. This time we're going to be taking a look at a little thing called 8GadgetsPack. You can see on the center of the screen right here. I'm just going to move my webcam a little bit if it decides to actually let me do that. Hi, I'm down here now. May actually do it next to these icons actually. There we go. Alright, so we are here. I'm going to install this little program right here because this is literally just fresh out the box. Nothing much going on. I'm going to hit install. Yes, just install that. So that is going to install and do all of its little things in the background to get it up and running. And hopefully if it decides to actually work and get past this process of setup right here, it will hopefully work. It's making me out to be a liar. Hoo-hoo!
A few moments later.
Alright, so that was kind of odd. It just like stopped there and then suddenly it appears there. I just clicked stop recording and came back on and it's working. Seems as though it's installed. Alright then, I'm just going to uncheck that because I want to do it manually myself. But here we go, we're going to finish that. We can just get rid of that now. We put it into the recycle bin because teehee. And if I right click on the... look, oh. I'm excited. I do apologise for those who got disturbed by the sort of noises I was just making, but I am excited. It's working now, just like in Windows Vista and 7. Right click on the desktop. Gadgets. I am excited. Boing. Oh my god. I'm not really sure it works too well with the current visual style of Windows 10 and possibly 11. But yeah, we've got it, guys. To the degree we've got it. Hang on. Why is this kind of like a little bug thing going on? But that's actually just more because of the virtual machine than anything else. Yeah, if I adjust the size of the virtual machine a little bit, it fixes the bug right there. But here we are. We are here with the Windows. Effectively, what is the Windows Vista and 7? Well, the Vista. It's actually Windows Vista sidebar because Windows 7 it was taken out. The gadgets remained though. But yeah, we've got the sidebar back, and there are some modifications to this little piece of software right here. There's a few like quality of life improvements and stuff. There's also some additional stuff like features or stuff that are added to it, but effectively works the same way as the Windows Vista sidebar, just with a few additional changes. It doesn't completely work the way it does because it's not got the glass look to it. It's just like it's taking on the appearance of Windows 10. But I can show you some of the stuff that it does. So right now we have the clock. I'm actually going to adjust this a little bit. Actually, I'm going to make the sidebar just a little bit wider so you can actually access these little icons right here. That's the only problem I have with this taskbar. This taskbar, the sidebar right here, is for whatever reason the buttons are over here. But yeah, I think it's just because of a scaling change or something going on. I'm not too sure what's going on with that, but it works. And the clock is actually telling the right time. It's actually around that time for me, which is interesting. But if I edit this, binky plonky plink, you can actually change the way the clock looks. I'm just going to look for my favourite colour. So the red clock, we've also got these other ones as well. This is kind of fitting for the Windows... Is it Windows 7 or Windows Vista? You had the sort of like characters desktops. This is kind of fitting for that. It's kind of interesting. But I'm going to go for the red because it's fitting for this current setup I've got going on right here. But yeah, we've also got things like a lot of these gadgets. There would have been a time where it was a little bit cleaner than this. There'd be like less of them on if you actually had 7 and Vista. A lot of these gadgets are actually from there was like a download center on the Windows Microsoft website way back when. It had a whole bunch of different ones that people had made for this, but they're all effectively here. a lot of the the program made ones, the Microsoft dedicated ones, the other ones for other third-party developers and stuff. They're all here. So you've got things like a little puzzle that's from Windows Vista. You might remember that. I suck at these puzzles, so I don't really bother with them. You've got the sticky notes, which will replace in Windows 7. We'll get to that in just maybe a future video, because I do actually have a tool for that. They're kind of it's kind of tiny though. I don't remember it being that small, but it's kind of weird. You've also got this little clipboard. Now there's a bit of a conflict with this. You have to sort of like fix this, because you've got the Windows 10 taskbar. If I just click on, okay, it's not actually doing it now. If I disable this, yeah, there we go. So there's a bit of a conflict with that thing right here, because Windows 10 introduced their little clipboard feature, back in 1809, I think it was. This tool actually conflicts with that, so you have to make sure to like manually turn it off if you don't want this taken on the clipboard, because this causes problems. Because it has the exact same keyboard commands as the feature on Windows 10. So I've just noted that down just for those who are, want to use this. You've also got a little slideshow. Now this will not work if you don't have any images to actually scroll through. If you have any photos, this will animate. Of course, it does work. You can also make it bigger if you want it to. You can also just make it smaller. You can also choose what photo you want for it to take on. You also see it's got the visual style from Windows Vista going on, which is kind of funny. Pomodoro, which I forget what that's supposed to be actually. A countdown? Don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know if it's like maybe like a timer, like a sort of like health timer to get off the computer, that sort of thing. I don't know what that's supposed to be. A POP3 mail check. Alright, so you need to install stuff for that. I don't know how. I'm not really got an interest in using that right now. A volume control, which is kind of funny. So you can bring it down and put it all the way up. Interesting. You can even adjust the background. Oh, okay. Interesting. To be fair, I've not actually looked at a lot of these, because I only use the ones I like to use. The classic piano, which if I remember right, that actually works. Oh my god, this is unreal. Yeah, I have used this sidebar feature before. I'm actually using it on my main computer right now. But there's a lot of these I haven't used until now. This video is literally the first time I've seen most of these in action. So as well as a calendar, so you've got this classic Windows 7 Windows Vista calendar, which you can expand and it shows you the current time and stuff. You've also got this little glassy one, which shows up in French, I think it is. Or what language is that actually? I don't think it's actually, that's not French, that's something else. But it will fix itself to this. But it doesn't really do too much. It's just a little glassy little sort of thing that tells you the time. It's not like this advanced calendar, but it actually gives you calendar inside it that you can actually look at and explore what time it is. And maybe, as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure you can actually set dates. But yeah, it will give you a sort of a flip sort of thing, which is interesting. So that's that calendar. I can also close these on the MSN weather, which I don't know if it's... Oh, it does still work. Okay. So, yeah, the weather works. And you can obviously set it to whatever time zone you want it to be. You can also add an additional sidebar, which is curious to me. You can just like literally add a second sidebar, which is strange. Agenda, which is just another sort of calendar, which I think it just has like additional, it has additional features, so you can actually just set some stuff up and write some stuff down for later. A CPU meter. Let's see how this actually monitors my hardware. Interesting. Date and time. Just a simple little clock, which you can also customize as well. You can adjust the way it looks. You can also set themes and such. I'll make it red. I think the red looks nice. If you have this installed in Windows 7 and you use a tool that I have, that Windows 10 that is, and you've got a thing that brings back the old Windows 7 calculator, the Windows 10 calculator, and then you've got this little sidebar calculator, you'll never run out of ways to calculate, numbers again. It's so funny. Got a countdown little clock thing. I haven't really set that up. Date and time. Oh yeah, that's just a little slimmer version of that previous thing I just showed. Of course, a clipboard, which I already have active right here, which you can set that up and you can, add stuff to it. And as time goes by, if I say, for instance, I cut this, it'll show up on there. And then if I paste it, it's still there, but of course you can like clear history and such. So for instance, I can just go cut. And then over time it'll give me a little option for delete history and that sort of stuff. So I can do it all under CPU utilization. What do you do? Why did you just crash? You got this little clock thing right here, which very nice. You can also set an alarm through it as well, which is kind of decent. And this thing doesn't want to close. A desktop feed reader, which I wonder where it reads from. I know it's RSS, but I don't think a lot of things use RSS anymore. We've also got a little app launcher, so if you get bored of using the desktop, you can add some stuff to this, and then use the sidebar for that sort of thing. So what else is there? There's also a currency converter as well, which is funny. I love how there's just like a debit card or some kind of card or something. You can see a little chip in the corner there. So what else is there? So there's also a little launch control, which, as far as I'm aware, this doesn't actually work right. I don't think the shutdown works. Do we try this out? Hang on to your hats. I'll see about this later. Flip clock. I've got a classic little flip clock, which is got the lag. The lag was kind of funny there. Interesting though. It's got a bunch of different CPU monitors. RSS feeds, calendars, most of this samey sort of stuff going on right here with it. There was, as far as I believe, there's also there's this breathe thing, which is sort of an ASMR sort of thing, which is, I forgot I did that, but yes, it's sort of like an ASMR thing. Just breathe in, breathe out. I mean, if you want, I can just take this and just have it on repeat on its own little video for maybe like 20 minutes, and if you want to listen to sort of ASMR or that sort of thing to calm your nerves, you can do it. I can offer that. There's also a custom calendar, and that closes after that round of sound actually disappears. I forgot it did that actually, but I can't seem to move it now, which is kind of, there we go. So I can shrink it down, and then I can, interesting, and of course you can close that. So I guess the custom calendar, you can like customize it or something. Appearance, so you can adjust the top. Oh, you can change the font. Okay. So what else can you do with it? Can you change the background, the bottom, the middle? You can change the color. Oh, you can change the background. Okay. So you can change. Oh, okay. Can you change the color? Is that what that is? What's that? Well, it's a thing that exists. I'll show you some other stuff that the sidebar can do as well. So if I go into the options, of course you can set anything always on top. So I'll show you how that works. So just maximize this up, and then always on top, maximize it. And of course, just like in Windows Vista, the sidebar takes up all of the entire screen. Well, not the entire screen, but it takes on its own thing on the side of the screen, which you can always see if you want to see it. It does kind of conflict in a way, because you've got the sidebar, and then you've also got the action center in Windows 10. So you've got two sidebars going on, which is kind of funny. Of course, you can change the sidebar to either side of the screen if you want to. And if you have a dual screen setup like I do on my computer, you could have the sidebar on one screen and only access the action center on another screen. So that's a thing that exists as an option if you want it. Don't know why you want, but it exists. There's also a window manager option, so you can actually manage. Hang on. So there's this option. There's also Win tab, and then you've got the sidebar. So you've got 3 different ways to manage your tasks as you go. So also if I go into options, we're in options. So as I say, we can switch it from left to right. Set the monitor type if you have multiple monitors. Show sidebar always on top, which I've already shown how that works. Auto show with cursor on side. What does that do? Oh, okay, I see what that does. Fair enough. Show only with shift key. Interesting. So that's the thing that exists. Show icon in taskbar, which is kind of a thing that does in Windows Vista as well. So you can always have this there, so it always shows that it's sort of there, so you can actually just access it from there. I do believe actually, if I open this random folder up, yes, that's what that does. Yeah, and then you can set the width as I've already shown, and you can determine the width, which it does automatically, which again it does this very weird thing where it just collapses a little bit too much that I'm happy with. Oh god, that's a little bit too skinny. Hang on, let me just widen up just a smidgen a bit more. Yeah, just so we can see the buttons a bit better. There we go. Alright, and we go into view. We can of course adjust things, like personalize it a little bit the way we want to. We can center the gadgets, which I can't really show too much of how that works because, yeah, I'm just going to remove some of these, and then we can see for the best part of it. Hang on, so I'm going to disable the window manager. We're going to go back to this, and we're going to show the buttons at the top, at the bottom, and at the center, which I think the center actually looks quite nice, to be fair. Show buttons for window manager. So yes, you can actually just switch between that now, which is interesting. And you can also add gadgets from this button right here as well, which is just the same thing. It does, you know, but we can also enable transparency. That completely makes it disappear. But if you want to disable that, you keep the color of the actual look. And then if you scroll through all the different themes and such, enable transparency, color, and theme color. So we can just see how these look from that sort of perspective, which I kind of like. This is kind of funky to me. So theme color, transparent, makes it sort of like glassy sort of way, and sort of like having it this way, it kind of reminisces, it brings you back to, you know, that time when the sidebar was sort of like glassy. So it sort of looks the part. It just sort of like hides itself away. It's not completely there. I do actually wonder though, if I set this back to always show on top, what is this? Oh, okay. So there you go, that's how that works. So it doesn't really do too much, because in Windows Vista, if you actually do this, as far as I'm aware, it actually takes on, if you set it to transparent, as far as I believe, if you maximize a full a window, it'll adapt to the color of the color scheme of your Windows desktop. But yeah, that's something that happens. As I say, you can also adjust the colors and stuff as well. So I'm just going to give you all a quick skim through of the various different themes and such. Of course, you can use the you know, you can navigate through the video to see when you like better through sliding through it. But there we go. That's just how those look. And enable peek for previews. What does this do? Enable peek for previews. I don't know what that does on the sidebar. I'm a little bit confused for that. But yeah, there's actually some features on this that don't actually exist in the original sidebar, so they're added here as sort of like a quality of life improvements. So there you go. So 7 sidebar, 8 gadget packs, and this is the creator of it. I don't want to try to pronounce his name because I might butcher it. But yeah, you can of course download that. I will leave a link to 8 gadgets pack down below in the description. Yeah, give it a go. I will note though, there was a reason why Microsoft took these away. Because they were seen to be very, very dodgy on the front of like security. But if you're not downloading any third-party ones from the internet, you should be safe to go if you just install this as is. Just be safe. Maybe don't risk, unless you know what you're doing at least, installing third-party ones. I do know of some third-party ones that I've used in the past. Just if you want to be safe and that sort of thing, as long as you just install this as is and don't do anything too much with it, adding stuff to it and that sort of stuff, you're more than good to go. Just keep to what it offers out the box. But there you go, guys. That is effectively that. That is 8 gadgets pack. And oh my god, it's so beautiful. Just having it sitting there, just doing its own thing, just minding its own business. It's so freaking beautiful, and I love it. What do you think of this? Does this bring you back nostalgia? Do you want to download this application? Let me know in the comments down below. But as I say, I will leave a link to 8 gadgets pack in the description box. Feel free to give it a go if you want to. Try it out, play a bit with it. Bob's your uncle. That's if he is. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please remember to like this video. Comment down below if you have suggestions for like future video content you want me to see, want me to take a look at, you want to see. I'm going to be taking a look at some more novelty stuff in the coming weeks. Not stuff that's going to like add actual practical stuff to your computer, mind you, but stuff to just make things a bit more funny and funky and that sort of stuff. So if you're interested in seeing that, remember to subscribe to this channel, say hello, and like this video and stuff, so it can actually, because that will help bolster it in the algorithm. I would appreciate if you do that. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. As I say, guys, until next time, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you for the next video. Bye now. I just want to clarify, you can actually just use the gadgets on their own. You don't need the sidebar for it. You can just keep them as is. And also, I was going to test this little thing, so let us test the little shutdown option. It works!